Well, Democratic Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is facing censure after mocking Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Abbott has been in a wheelchair since 1984. He was 26 years old and out for a jog when a large tree broke and fell on his back. But here's what Crockett had to say during a recent speech.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey. So yes.
Now the Congresswoman is refusing to apologize and claiming she was talking about migrant buses. Posting this on X, "I wasn't thinking about the governor's condition. I was thinking about the planes, trains, and automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by black mayors, deliberately stoking tension and fear among the most vulnerable. At no point," she says, "did I mention or allude to his condition. So I'm even more appalled that the very people who unequivocally support Trump, a man known for racially insensitive nicknames and mocking those with disabilities, are now outraged," end quote. And Governor Abbott reacted to those comments during an interview with Sean Hannity last night.
Well, Sean, is another day and another disaster by the Democrats. The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate, and Americans are not buying it. It's one reason why Texas is going to remain red and why Republicans are going to continue to win elections across the country.
Of course, I begin with the gentleman from Texas. Talk to us about how you feel about this.
Well, I think the area that she represents was once represented by what we used to call the general lady from Texas, Eddie Bernice Johnson. She was known as being bipartisan. She was a Democrat, of course, but she worked across the aisle and got along with people. She would be disappointed with the way the Congresswoman is behaving in this position. It's very trashy. It was the statement that she provided was also race baiting when she decided to say that the governor was targeting black mayors. All of those cities decided to be a sanctuary. And I would note that all of those cities with their black population stormed the city councils and said, "Why are you bringing them to our backyard? Why do you have these policies when you should be focused on the issues that impact us on a day-to-day basis?" I would note, though, Greg Abbott in my home state of Texas is hugely popular. He's probably the best governor in my lifetime there. I'm not sure we can say the same thing about the Congresswoman.
Mm-hmm. And Jerry, I want to talk about a potential for a pattern here, because last night the chief of staff said a statement, "Please be assured that the Congresswoman in no way meant any harm toward the governor or meant to take lightly any medical conditions that he may have." She said, "Please know that the Congresswoman has and will continue to advocate for the needs of our disabled neighbors across Texas 30, the state of Texas, and our country as a whole." But I go back to a tweet of the Congresswoman's from 2022 where she writes, "The new nickname I have for Beto O'Rourke is the king of the clapbacks. Beto is rolling all around the state. Where is Abbott rolling to?" Some argue this is a pattern of being anti-disabled and, at a minimum, highly insensitive for years.
Why is it that the people who are always saying that Republicans are short-sighted and that they're not welcoming to people, that they, in fact, end up saying stuff like this? It astonishes me. Look, public discourse is hitting a new low. The governor has it absolutely right. The Democrats are reeling. They don't know what to do, and they're lashing out in a really immature way.
She talks about the language, Kaylee. Let's hearken back to a bit of a meltdown at today's House DOJ subcommittee hearing, where the point of the hearing to press NPR and PBS on their news coverage, and this is what we were subjected to.
We need to stop playing, because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else. And the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the
gentlewoman's time has expired. The gentlewoman's time has expired.
So Jasmine Crockett, Governor Hot Wheels, she says. My head immediately went to Governor Abbott being in a wheelchair. I played the soundbite for some others who immediately said, how could she say this? Now she claims, oh, wait, I wasn't thinking about the governor's condition. I was thinking about planes, trains, automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by black mayors. Problem for Jasmine Crockett, the Washington Free Beacon. Bring them in wherein they found Facebook posts from 2021 of her liking comments where they said Governor Hot Wheels. Well, that was before the busing into these Democratic cities. So she was liking comments long before the explanation she gives. Now, I'm young enough, or I should say old enough, to remember a few short years ago where the media, Mr. Jake Tapper, went nuts on anyone accusing Joe Biden's mental acuity, bringing forward allegations there. He blamed it on a stutter and said you were making fun of Joe Biden's stutter. He and many in the media did that. So where's the media? The media love to jump on and say you're all making fun of Biden's stutter. You know, how dare you bring this up? Well, where are you jumping on Jasmine Crockett? Because this is a much clearer reference here to Governor Abbott being in a wheelchair. It's disgraceful after the punching comments and taking down Elon Musk. She has a pattern here. Say things that are absolutely outrageous and then just plead the fifth after. I wasn't meaning violence. Sorry, Jasmine Crockett. I'm not buying that.
The bottom line is decorum.
Yeah.
Okay, you are a leader. You represent yourself, you represent your people, you represent your town. That is important. And also, you should never make disparaging remarks about people with disabilities. And even if you disagree with the governor and his politics, you respect the seat.
That's right. And a lot of the media, Lawrence, has sort of, I think, tamped down the outrage. And there's a lot of whataboutism that they're pulling in. And the point is, one Congresswoman's deplorable behavior and comments, we're not bringing in other people to it.
Well, they don't want to say it because when you look at some of the polling data, she's considered now, I think she got 4% in the latest poll when it comes to who should be the leader of the Democratic Party. This is it. This is one of the leaders.
Wow.
And if you think this is going to be the next big star for your party, you're going to get trampled again in the next election. You got to start focusing on the things that matter to people, working class, the border, things that matter to people. She's looking for a soundbite. I have a prediction, though. I think she's going to burn out. I really do. I think her whole appeal is outrage. And I don't think she's focused on the issues that matter to the American people. I don't predict an elevation in a role for her.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Hey,
that.
Emily, Governor Abbott and I went to UT together, so hook 'em home. That's what I have to say.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.